Hi everyone. Hi everyone. How are you guys doing? I hope you've had an amazing Thursday and looking forward to Friday. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I'm seeing so few. We are 78 of us, and I can see less than 15 people who did 4cc last month. I believe and know there are many of us. So if you did your 4cc last month, just say me or raise your hand on the chat box, because remember, the universe is seeing, God is seeing. So if you don't appreciate the fact that you did 4cc last month, definitely it will be an issue, it will be a problem, and you might have a hard time doing 4cc the next month. So if you did 4cc last month, raise your hand or say I did 4cc last month. And you can also what is it called, you can affirm on the chat box that you are a 4cc consistent qualifier. Yeah, affirm on the chat box that you're a 4cc active consistent qualifier, because words have power, and whatever you say out there, it actually comes to happen. So, and if you never did 4cc, I also want you to affirm on the chat box, even if I haven't trained yet. For those who don't understand what 4cc is all about, you just know 4cc is a big deal in our business. So just affirm on the chat box that I am a 4cc active qualifier, because affirmations are powerful and affirmations are important, and you attract what you affirm, you attract what you say. Yeah, so even if you've never qualified for 4cc, affirm on the chat box that I am a 4cc active qualifier. And if you've qualified for 4cc before, affirm that you are a consistent 4cc qualifier, not just 4cc 1 month, 2 month, but consistent 4cc qualifier. So I can see more activity on the chat box, and that is the energy that I need us to have in this training. So I am going to disappoint you guys today because I don't have slides. I don't like training using slides lately. Yeah, so you'll just be seeing my face on your screen. Yeah, and I really, really hope you listen and take as much as you can. Take as much as you can, learn as much as you can from me. I don't know everything, but I'm going to train what I was taught when I joined Forever, and what I have been able to learn through my journey, my 5-year journey. I think it's 5, yeah. My 5-year journey in Forever Living, what I know about 4cc, the importance that I know what 4cc can do for you. So that is what I'm going to train today. So it's 8:11. So if your team members are not here, kindly send them a message and remind them to join the training right now. And I believe this is an FBO training, mostly assistant supervisors and above. And if you're in here and you're a preferred customer, I believe you're a serious preferred customer who wants to grow to assistant supervisor and master how to do 4cc and grow through the marketing plan and beyond. All right, so I'm going to go straight into today's training, which is 4cc. We're going to talk about 4cc today. And yes, I can see more excitement and more affirmations coming in on the chat box. Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. Today, I'm going to train you guys. I'm going to train us, because as much as I'm going to train, I'm also going to learn, yeah? So today we're going to learn about 4cc. What is 4cc? The importance of 4cc, how to do 4cc, how to be consistent in doing 4cc. Those are the things that I'm going to talk about today. Yeah, my training is going to be very short and sweet. And so I really hope you listen in, because I'm not going to use any slides, so no screenshots to take. All right, so you better listen and take as much as you can. So for those who don't know me, my name is Charity. My name is Charity Gabana. I am a senior manager in Forever Living Products. I'm going to share my story a bit. So I knew about Forever Living products in, I heard about Forever Living products in 2017. By then I was a student, Kenyatta University, living from hand to mouth and totally dependent on my parents. Things were quite tough back in campus. So yeah, I tried a few things here and there to earn an income, to make some money, but the kind of jobs, the kind of gigs that I was getting, they were paying me very little money, just money to do what? To bribe me to come back again and do that job. It was not enough money. So I decided to give a serious consideration to Forever Living in 2018, beginning of 2018. And what changed my mind is what the travel that my upline had done to Tanzania. So when he came back, I was like, no, I want to do this business seriously, because clearly I can see people are making money through this business. So I came in, I was teachable, I was coachable, and always listening to my upline and always attending trainings. And I have been able to grow my business. I have been able to grow my business now. I'm a senior manager in Forever Living Products. And before I go on, I'd like to share some of the things that made me join Forever Living Products, that really compelled me to join Forever Living Products. The first thing was, I was coming from a very humble background. Things were not so good back at home. Parents not having, my parents had a job, but the jobs are not so well paying. So paying school fees for me was difficult. It was a challenge. Sending me pocket money was a challenge. Things back at home were bad. Yeah. Things back at home were bad. So I wanted to join Forever Living Products so that I can change things back at home and help my parents at least live comfortably and not worry about small bills and all that. So that is why I joined Forever Living. Yeah. And the other thing why I joined Forever Living was because of financial independence and financial freedom, not depending on someone to do something, not depending on someone to eat, not depending on someone to dress, not depending on someone to take myself where I wanted to, anywhere that I wanted to take myself to. So that is why I joined Forever Living Products. And I became an assistant supervisor in February 2018, if I'm not wrong. 2019, okay, that period of being an assistant supervisor, my 4CC was on and off. I had not really understood what 4CC meant. I had not really understood the value of 4CC. So for me, doing 1CC and making 10,000, I was just fine, doing one thing, because I was not living in a place that rent was a lot of money. Yeah, so just doing 1CC, doing 2CCs, doing 3CCs was just okay. I was just comfortable doing it because, for a student, for a 19-year-old, for a 20-year-old, 20,000 is a lot of money, to be honest. So it's until I came to a realization that 10,000 is not enough. 20,000 is not enough. I cannot make 20,000 for the rest of my life, or 30,000 for the rest of my life. So at the end of 2018, mid or end of 2018, that's when, I came to get a better understanding of what 4CC meant. And I had an emotional attachment to 4CC, because it even got to a point, 4CC was so emotionally attached to me, because I knew when I do 4CC, I have 40,000 plus Kenya shillings, which was enough to pay my rent, enough to pay my school fees, enough to save, enough to send to my parents back at home. So when I started mastering how to do 4CC, I was like, what can I do? Can I do more? Can I do 5CC? Can I do 6CC? Can I do 7CCs? And the money became more. So for me, my understanding of 4CC was money, to be honest. Yeah. So, and I've been able to be 4CC consistent since late 2018 up to now. So it's around 4 years of being 4CC active, consistent. And through 4CC, I have done so much, because I'll be able to teach you guys how to do 4CC. But through doing 4CC, I have done so much. I have qualified for an incentive forever to drive. Through 4CC, I make my bonuses, I make good money. Through 4CC, I have built my parents their retirement home. Through 4CC, I save. Through 4CC, I have bought my car. You know, through 4CC, I live in a relatively good neighborhood. Through 4CC, guys, I have done so much through 4CC. Yeah. And that is what I am here to train us guys about. I'm here to help us understand why we should not just stop at 1cc, 2cc, or 3cc. You know, we can do 4cc and even more, and this 4cc can help us achieve so much. All right, so that is a brief about my story. I hope I have not taken a lot of time there. So what is 4cc? Before we go into what is 4cc, what is a cc? From the starting video, you know, we were clearly outlined to what a cc is in our company. For FBOs, I know you know what a cc is. Yeah, it's our internal company currency, and cc is how our company measures our productivity, you know, our productivity. So if you don't have CCs in your system, you're not productive. You're not an active business builder. So 4CC is the business basics. It's the business foundation. It's forever living building block. You know, it's this. It's just like when you're building a house. It has to be, you know, a brick has to be set after another brick, after another brick, after another brick, and the foundation has to be strong before you even start putting bricks, you know, brick after brick. When you're building the wall, the foundation has to be strong. The foundation has to be strong. That's why you see most buildings, when they're being constructed, they take so much time. They take so much time to make sure that they've built a strong foundation that can hold the upper part of the building. So in Forever Living Products, in this case, the foundation of our business, the stronghold of our business is 4CC, is understanding 4CC. So if you want to have a stable business, if you want to have a stable building, you know, if you want to have a stable business that is paying you good money for the rest of your life, you have to master 4CC and help everyone else in your team to do 4CC. So first of all, we need to understand, what does 4CC mean to you? And I'd like, this will be an interactive session, by the way. What does 4CC mean to you? Those of us who said we did 4CC last month, what does 4CC mean to you? For me, 4CC means my dignity. I don't know, like Charity Gabana without doing 4CC is, I don't even know how to explain it. My dignity is attached to 4CC, first of all. The other thing, I know 4CC is money for me, and money will help me pay a lot of bills. Yeah. Profits, definitely. And 4CC basically means that I can get my bonus. So what does 4CC mean to you guys? Let me know in the chat box. What does 4CC mean to you? Does it mean money? Does it mean recognition? It might mean recognition, because in our company, you always have the 4CC recognition, consistency, first timers. What does 4CC mean to you guys? We are not going to continue until you let me know in the chat box. What does 4CC mean to you? I can see Judy is saying it means growth, it means money, and it means responsibility. Absolutely. If you're constantly doing your 4CC, then definitely you're growing. And if you're doing 4CC, it is easier for you to even to duplicate with your team. That to your team, that means there's growth in your business. Yeah. So Mercy says 4CC means a building business the right way. Absolutely. Because as a 4CC qualifier, you are identified as an active business builder. So if you're not doing 4CC, then you're not an active business builder in our company. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. What does 4CC mean to you? Those of us who did 4CC last month, did you do it because your upline told you to do it? Or did you do it because you love recognition, you love being clapped for, you love being applauded? Why do you do your 4CC? 4CC means all my bills are sorted and that my customers are happy. Absolutely, because when you do your 4CC, you have money around you. As an assistant supervisor, you have 36,000 and above. And when the bonus comes, you have almost 40,000. Yeah. If you're a manager, you have over 50,000 Kenya shillings. I mean, what can 50,000 do in your life right now? We know how the economy is. We know how the economy is. expenses, living expenses are so high, bills are so high. When you do your 4CC, you have money, you're liquid, you have money with you. Cyprian is saying 4CC means cash in my pocket. So clearly, for me and most of you in here, 4CC means money. So if 4CC means money to you, if 4CC means that your bills are going to be paid, your rent is going to be paid, your chama, those of us who are in chamas to save money, your chama is going to be paid, you're going to send money home, yeah, you're going to save, you're going to pay your school fees, you need to attach your 4CC to something. And you need to attach it to something that is long term, not short term. Because if you attach your 4CC to buying a phone, yeah, you want to do your 4CC so that you can buy a phone that is maybe 40,000 Kenya shillings. What happens after you buy that phone? You won't have a reason to do your 4CC. Yeah, so you need to attach your 4CC to something that is long term and something that is bigger than you. You know, like Judy has said, responsibility, growth, and what? There's someone who said paying your bills. Bills will always be there. It will never come to a time whereby we'll be living for free in this country. We'll be living for free in this world. Every single month. Actually, it's today is 13th. Last week and most part of last week but one, we were paying bills. Those are things that are beyond you. Those are things that are always there. Those are things that are constant. So you see, that is something that you can attach to your 4CC. You can say, I want to do my 4CC because I have rent that I need to pay, which is this and this amount. Yeah, I have money that I need to send home. I have an investment that I need to save for maybe 5 years or 10 years from now. You know, I want to become maybe an Eagle manager, or I want to become a Forever to Drive qualifier. That is something long term. All right. So you need to attach your 4CC to a bigger goal. You need to attach your 4CC to a long-term goal. I understand most of us here are young people. We are youth. And we get excited when we achieve all the, the two small things like buying a phone, buying a laptop, buying a TV, maybe traveling to your dream destination. But what next after you travel to that dream destination? What next after you buy a phone? Will you have a reason to do your 4CC? So we need to understand why we need to do 4CC in our business and have a connection, have a why, a strong why we are doing our 4CC. You're not doing your 4CC because of your upline. No. You're not doing, because when you do your 4CC, it is you who benefits the first person, actually, before your upline. Don't do your 4CC because of somebody. Don't do your 4CC because of a short-term goal. Sawa. So are we together up to there? So if you've been doing your 4CC because of a short-term goal, it's about time you revisit. It's about time you revisit, because we've talked about being consistent on the chat box. We've affirmed that we will be 4CC consistent qualifiers. But now if you're 4CC, if in your mind you're doing your 4CC because of a short-term goal, 5 years from now, 2 years from now, it's going to be difficult for you to do your 4CC because of lack of attachment to that 4CC. I hope I have stressed that enough and that you've understood. All right. So what is the importance of 4CC in our business? Number one, 4CC is the key to your ATM. 4CC is the pin to your ATM in our business. Yeah, I understand you can do your 1CC and make your profits, your 10,000, your 20,000, your 30,000. But if you want more money, I know there are people who sell 100,000 Kenya shillings profits in a month, 150,000 Kenya shillings profits in a month. But I mean, don't you want 500,000 in your bank account every month? Oh, actually, it's not tomorrow, it's the day after tomorrow. Every 15th, don't you want 500,000 in your bank account? Don't you want 200,000 as a bonus from the productivity of your team in your bank account? Yes, you can sell, and selling is good in our business because it creates stability, it creates excitement, but we all want that bonus. Every 15th, you're smiling to your bank account when everyone else is excited and posting about, those screenshots, those emails. On, is it first or second that you usually receive those no reply emails about the bonuses that you're going to earn on the 15th of the month. I mean, you want to be among those people who are excited to go and check on their what is it called, on their website, and see how much money the company is going to pay you on 15th. But if you don't do your 4CC, and you have a team, definitely you should expect zero by the time 15th is approaching. So 4CC is the key to your ATM. 4CC is the pin to your ATM. That means if you want to have a bonus, yeah. So 4CC, if you want to earn money when you're doing 4CC, definitely you have to be, yes, you have to be someone who is who understands the importance of team building, because you can do your 4CC, yes, when you're solo. Let's say you're the only person in your business, in your team. When you're solo and you do your 4CC, definitely you're not going to earn a bonus. Maybe you're going to earn the 5%. Yeah, you're not going to earn a bonus. And you're talking about big money right now. So if you want big money, if you want access to big money in our business, you have to do your 4CC. Like 4CC is non-negotiable. I cannot convince you much where you need to do your 4CC if you want big money. All right. So the other important importance of doing our 4CC is, of course, to get paid our bonus. You can have a huge team. By the way, you can have a team that has done so many CCs. Maybe you're a supervisor and you have an assistant supervisor team that has done maybe 10 CC. That is big business. And that is a lot of money that the company can pay you. But if you don't do your 4CC, guess what? You're going to earn zero. Absolutely zero out of the productivity of your team. Isn't that sad? Imagine struggling and spending your time to grow people in your business and having a team, an excited team of people who are doing business, but at the end of the month, you're being paid zero out of the productivity of those people that you've helped. Yeah. So it is just as simple as just do your 4CC and the company will pay you out of the productivity of these people. All right. The other thing the other importance why we need to do our 4CCs is qualify for the incentives. So let me know in the chat box, what are some of the forever incentives that we know, or what is that forever incentive? If you've never qualified for the incentive, what is that forever incentive that when you think about it, you get so excited? Yeah, you get so excited and you really, not wish, I don't want to use the word wish, you really hope. Is it hope? Yeah, I hope that is the right English word. You really want to qualify for. What is that incentive? Let me know in the chat box, guys. Let me know in the chat box. That incentive that you usually look, you see people who've qualified for it and you're like, I really want to be like this person. I really want to qualify for that incentive. I can see there's someone who said Eagle Manager. There's someone who said Lux. Awesome. This is definitely someone in our team. Forever to Drive. Yes. Which other incentive, guys, do we know in our business? Which other incentive? There's Forever to Drive, there's Lux, there's Global Rally. Yes, Chairman's Bonus. There are so many incentives, and these incentives in our business, they help us to earn extra. They help us to earn extra on top of the profits that we are making out of the sales, and on top of the bonuses that we are being paid out of the productivity of our team. The company is paying us extra money because we've qualified for this incentive. Eagle Manager, Forever to Drive, Chairman's Bonus, name them, all those incentives. Guess what? All these incentives will be a dream. All these incentives will be a wish if you don't do your 4CC. Like, for example, let me talk of Eagle Manager, because this is an incentive that I'm really working hard to qualify for. I have not qualified for it, but I'm really working hard to qualify for it. Let's talk about Eagle Manager. What are the requirements for you to be an Eagle in our business? First of all, of course, you have to be 4CC active, number one, throughout the qualification period. Okay. You have to be leadership active throughout the qualification period. That means doing your 12 CCs every single month. You have to do 720 CCs total. Okay. I'm not here to teach about Eagle, but I'm just here to show you how you can qualify. You can meet all those qualifications for Eagle, but if you miss your 4cc, you're out. Okay? You qualify for the you need to do 720cc total, and then you need to do 100 cc's new business during the qualification period, which is a 1-year period. And then you need to develop 2 supervisors. So imagine your team is vibrant, your team is excited, your team is exploding. You've done your 720 cc's clean, all right? And then you've done your 100 cc's new business clean, all right? And then you've developed 2 supervisors. You're a developer, you're a team leader, you've developed 2 supervisors. But there's this single month, this just 1 month that you did not do your 4cc. Guess what? You're out of the qualification. The same thing to these other incentives, the chairman's bonus and the forever to drive. So don't wait for that shock to get to you, because once momentum comes into your business, once momentum comes into your team, there is nothing you can do to bring it down. I don't know if you guys relate. Maybe you've been building, you've been bringing in people into the business, and then there's this one person who comes in with so much energy, so much momentum, and then suddenly your business blows up. Do you guys relate with such a situation? Because me, I relate with such a situation. And I know a few people who relate with such situations. They were just building, bringing in people into the business, and then suddenly momentum kicks in. And when momentum kicks in your team, momentum kicks in your business, there is not, you cannot even use fire extinguishers. You cannot, to bring down that momentum or to bring down that fire. So it is very important for you to start doing master how to do your 4cc from the earliest stages of your business, because you just never know. In between, you might meet your diamond, you might meet your Rolf Kip, you might meet your Enos Salema, you might meet your Marian as you keep on building. And this person will do crazy business, and within no time, you'll find yourself, you've qualified for, you've hit all those requirements for a certain incentive, but just because you did not master how to do 4cc from an early stage, you miss out on it. All right. So all these big incentives that we look up to, that we admire, that we want to qualify for, it's going to be a dream. It's going to be a wish if we don't master how to do our 4cc. All right. So the other important thing why we need to do our 4cc is qualifying for steps. I understand in our marketing plan, and I believe I'm speaking to FBOs here. I understand in our marketing plan, you can come in, become an assistant supervisor, and maybe your team grows, your team does big business. You go to supervisor even without knowing it. Just the other day, I think a day ago or 2 days ago, we were having a conversation with a certain top leader in our business, and she was just saying how she joined the business. She brought people. She doesn't even know how she got to supervisor. She doesn't even know how she got to assistant manager. She got herself, she found herself at the manager position. And let me tell you, that is a dangerous place to be. That is a dangerous state to be, because what if this person did not understand doing 4cc, did not know that the importance of doing, maybe she did not know the importance of doing 4cc. She was just selling and in default, just doing 4cc. So this person found herself at the manager position. Thank God she was always 4cc active during this period. So she was a recognized manager. So just imagine, you start your business, you start building, you start bringing in people into the business. There's so much fire that you cannot control at all. And you cannot tell people to calm down in our business. You cannot tell people, say, guys, I believe not only Kenyans are in this training. So you cannot tell people, when there's fire, when there's momentum in your team, you cannot start telling your team members, guys, we need to calm down. We need to do things a bit slowly so that I can catch up. No, when momentum catches up in your team, when momentum comes in your team, there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. So let's say, for example, you qualify for a manager position. Yes, you can go to a supervisor, I believe, without doing 4CC. If your team is doing a big business, you can go to assistant manager also. But guess what? If you get to the manager position and you are not 4CC active during that period, you become an unrecognized manager. And guys, there is so much pain being an unrecognized manager. I know a few people who went through that pain. I know a few people who went through that phase of being an unrecognized manager, and it is not pretty. It is not beautiful. It's not a good phase to be in. Imagine building a team, spending all your energy, spending all your effort, spending to build a team, and then just because of one single mistake of not understanding how to do your 4CC, you lose your whole team. I'm being real, I'm being factual, I'm being practical as possible. I'm not being theoretical. I'm telling you guys the truth. So it is super, super painful. I have not felt it, but I have felt it for other people who've gone through that stage, who've gone through that. So you don't want to be an unrecognized manager or qualify for incentives, but you cannot go to those incentives, actually not even qualify, because you cannot qualify for any incentive if you're not 4CC active, a 4CC active qualifier. So guys, do we understand why we need to be 4CC active from our early stage in our business? 4CC is not for certain people. 4CC is not for your upline. It's not for Kina, Gabana, Kina, those top leaders in your team. 4CC is not for those people who are constantly recognized for 4CC. No, 4CC is for you. As long as you've decided to be a forever living products distributor, the minimum you can do is just be a 4CC active qualifier. So are we together, guys, up to there? Are we together? Are we learning? If we are learning, let me know in the chat box. Learning. I wouldn't want to be speaking to myself. Are we learning? And have we understood the importance of doing 4CC? 4CC means money, guys. 4CC means money. Imagine when you do 4CC as an assistant supervisor, you've made around 30-something thousand Kenya shillings as profits. That is somebody's salary in this country. That is, not, I know, okay. Yes, 36,000 is somebody's salary, but there are people who are earning half of that in this country as a salary, and they're okay with it. There are people who are earning a quarter of that as a salary, and they're okay with it. But through Forever Living products, just sell products worth 4CC. You have your profits of 30-something thousand Kenya shillings. As a manager, you have good money. That's why we need to go to manager. And for you to go to manager, you need to master how to do 4CC from your level, assistant supervisor and above. All right. Of course, when you become a manager, you make good money, over 50,000 Kenya shillings when you're a 4CC active qualifier. And at the end of the month, you are assured of a bonus. So yeah, those of us who wanted financial freedom, financial independence, who wanted to travel the world, who wanted to own those good things that we want to own, it all starts by you doing the basics. It all starts by you building a strong foundation. Because if you don't build a strong foundation in this business, you will build a big team. You'll have a huge team, a team of 100 people, 150 people. But within no time, the marketing plan will catch up with you and that house will crumble down. That house will crumble down. So master how to do your 4CC, build a strong foundation. And then now when you bring in people, when you bring in new people into the business, teach them the same. Teach them how to also continue now adding more kokoto and more, what is it called? Those materials that are used to build the foundation of a house. So when you bring in your new people, you teach them the same thing so that in the end, you have a strong foundation for you and your team. In case anything happens, this house will not fall down. This house will not crumble down. All right? Yes, more kokoto, very, very important. So We've all understood now the importance of doing 4CC. So let's understand how we're going to do this 4CC now. The how is very important. I can tell you guys the importance of doing 4CC from now up to midnight. But if we don't understand how we're going to do this 4CC, this training will not be very, it will not be an effective training, all right? So how are we going to do this 4CC? Number one, by selling. The how is very important, very, very important. So how are you going to do this 4CC? By selling these products. In this business, you're not in business if you're not selling the products. You're not in business if you're not moving these products out there in the market. Today, I will not talk about retailing. I will not talk about how to get customers, but I'll just mention a few tips of selling. Marketing your products online and offline. If you're not marketing your products, if you're not letting people know about what you're doing, if your neighbor does not know what you're doing, if the person seated next to you in a matatu, the person seated next to you in the church, anyone who is around, if people around you don't know what you're doing, then you're not in business. If you don't talk about your business, people will not know what you're selling, all right? And when you get people to buy our products, definitely you'll come and process the products with your number, and the CCs will be in your system, and that still contributes to you doing your 4CC. So maybe you're in here and you've never done 4CC, or you're having a hard time doing 4CC. You always stagnate between 1CC, 2CC, 3CC. Maybe you need to do something about your retailing, because you can do 4CC by retailing. I know people I know someone who is even actually done with their 4CCs today, through selling. So that is someone, today it's date 13, and they already have over 50,000 Kenya shillings. So you need to master the art of selling, because if you're not selling, you're either being sold to in this world. If you're not selling, you're either being sold to. And most people who are rich, the rich people in this world, in this country, they sell. So it is very important for us to master these skills of retailing, of selling, by attending, of course, trainings, because the company always sets up trainings to help us learn how to retail. Find a few people whom you look up to, you see them selling every single day. You see them carrying a C9 every single day. You see them send a confirmation message of a sale they have made every single day on the WhatsApp group, and you wonder how this person is selling. Reach out to them and find out what they are doing, so that you can also learn on how to improve your sales, because by selling, that helps to improve your to contribute to your 4CC. Selling creates excitement in our business, because when you bring in a new person into the business and you add them to the WhatsApp groups, we have the WhatsApp groups. I believe we have the WhatsApp groups. When you sell and maybe you send a confirmation message or a picture of your receipt, an order that you processed, and you had a new person in your WhatsApp group, in your team, they will be excited. It will build belief in them that they can actually sell. So as you keep on building belief for this person, they even start believing that they can also sell and do their 4CC. Building belief for new people starts from an early age, all right? So selling is very important. It creates excitement in the team and even in you when you sell. I mean, how do you guys feel when you sell? How do you guys feel when you sell? You can pass by that shoe shop and buy that shoe that you've been admiring for a long time, right? You feel excited. You feel productive. You can buy yourself what? A glass of wine. Yeah. You feel excited when you sell, when you have money around you. If you're in Nairobi, even if you walk around the streets and you step on somebody's nyanyas or fruits, you'll not be worried because you can pay. I mean, when you sell, you are excited and you're motivated. How do you guys feel when you sell? I can only see one person who says they feel productive. Let me know in the chat box. How do you feel when you sell? Me, I may feel on top of the world. I feel like I can always, like when I go to that warehouse and I have sold, I'm always in a good mood. I can say hi to everyone. You feel very rich. You feel very excited. All right. So selling creates that excitement, and also selling creates that stability, and it helps us to pay our bills and take care of things here and there. We don't have to wait for our bonuses to take care of our bills. So I can see more people chatting on the chat box, and clearly selling does a good thing to us. Yeah. So number 2, before I get carried away, number 2, what is the other activity that you can do to do your 4CC? Recruiting. When you bring a new person, when you bring a new person into the business and they join in with a combo, or they join in with a minimum order, a 1cc, a 0.5, guess what? That cc is still registered under you as an active cc. So it still contributes you to doing your 4cc. So you've sold your 2cc, and then you bring a new person into the business, and maybe they've bought products worth 1cc. That still contributes to you doing your 4cc. That means in total, you'll be at 3ccs. So the other activity that helps us to get to 4cc is by buying products for our own personal use. Are we using products? Are we using products in our business? Yes, I can see more people who are saying they feel energized. You can say hi to everyone from the stage that you alight your matatu until you get to the warehouse. It's, it creates so much excitement and a good mood in you. Guys, do we use products? I can teach everything about 4cc, but if we don't use products from our own shop, then we are shooting ourselves in the leg. It's like having having a butchery, and when you want to eat meat in the evening, you go and buy that meat from a different person's butchery. It doesn't make sense. So if you're in your house right now, you're advertising, what are you advertising? Oh, right now we have hand soap, by the way, back in stock. Thanks to the management, we really appreciate. We have hand soap back on stock. If someone comes to visit your house, which soap will be at the sink? We need to be real with ourselves. We need to be factual with ourselves. Which soap are you using in your house? Which soap are you using in your bathroom? What are you using to detox? Are you using hot water and lemon to detox, and you have aloe vera gel that you're advertising to people that it helps to detox? How about you use that product yourself? And there's a certain level of confidence boost that you get when you use our products, even when it comes to talking to the clients. Not even about the confidence. When you process that product, you will process it under your number. Those CCs will go in whose account? Your account. So if we are not using products, guys, we are shooting ourselves in the leg. And how are you going to use those products? How are you going to afford to use those products? By selling. Like Forever is so amazing in such a way that you can sell and buy. You don't have to buy and sell. You can just sell and buy. You sell your C9 as an assistant supervisor, you make 4,400, if I'm not wrong. You can buy yourself a hand soap, which is maybe 1,000 and something. You can buy yourself a jelly tube, and every single day you can actually purpose and say, every single week I want to challenge myself and add one product on what I'm using. So that means for you to be able to add that one product, you have to sell that week. So if you want a product worth maybe like a 2 gel, it's as an assistant supervisor, it's maybe 600 and something. If you want a product worth 600 and something Kenya shillings, that means you need to do a 0.3. If you do a 0.3, you have almost 3,000 Kenya shillings. If you buy a 2 gel of 600 and something, you're remaining with 2,400. So don't put it in your mind that, oh, the products are a bit costly, I have to go and look for money so that I can come and buy. Just sell. When you sell products to customers, you will make a profit. Out of that profit, add one product. So let us challenge ourselves. Challenge yourself and tell yourself, every single week I want to buy just one product. I'm not telling you to go and buy everything in the warehouse. Tell yourself, this week I want to buy, and if you've never used our aloe lip, which I'd be very disappointed at you if you're an assistant supervisor and above and you're not using an aloe lip. So tell yourself, this week I want to buy an aloe lip. So that means I need to sell what? You can sell maybe 2 tooth gels. You'll have enough profit and enough money to buy an aloe lip. Next week, upgrade. I want to buy a tooth gel. The good thing about our products is that they are very economical. In a car, they last. So an aloe lip can even take you 2 months or 3 months. Yeah, tooth gel, if you're using it alone, it can take you months. Liquid soap, it can take you months. So you can just purpose and say, every single week I have to challenge myself and buy the products. Right now, Kenya, we are really working hard to get our CCs high, to get our CCs to 1,500 to 3,000. How are you going to do it? Selling the products and using the products ourselves, because these CCs are still going to come from our own personal usage. So those are the activities, the 3 activities that I've talked about today that are going to help us to do our 4CC. So we've learned what 4CC is. We've learned the importance of doing 4CC. We've learned of activities that we can do to get us to do our 4CC. So we don't just want to do 4CC the first month, the second month, the next month we are not in it, we are not in the list for 4CC. We want to be consistent in doing 4CC, right? Remember when I started, we affirmed that we want to be 4CC active, 4CC active, consistent, active qualifiers. We want to be consistently you want to be recognized having done 4CC for 3 months, right? Consecutively, for 4 months, for 6 months, for 1 year. We'll have our East African rally end of this year or early next year, I'm not sure. I mean, you want to be at the stage being recognized as a 4CC active qualifier for the longest time. So if we want to be 4CC consistent, what do we need to do? Number 1, develop a good customer base. Develop a good customer base. Hata kiumane aje, sorry, if you don't understand Kiswahili, even if things are not working how you want them to work for you, you have those customers who cannot do without aloe vera. You have those customers who cannot do without liquid soap, who cannot do without their favorite products. So you're 100% sure that I will get this order from this person, this person, this person, and this person. So imagine every single month being sure of around 2 CC orders from your customers. I mean, you can grind as much as you can, and get now new other customers and do your 2 CC so that in total you get to 4 CC. So we need to build a strong customer base. Don't be the kind of person who every single month you start from scratch. Every single month it's a new client. You get customers, you sell to them, that's it. You throw them to the bin, you start again with new customers. It will get to a point you'll be so tired and you'll start thinking that Forever Living products does not work. So you need to build a good customer base of customers whom you know every single month they buy this, this, and this. How do you build a good customer base? Having good customer care, always taking care of your customers. It starts with when they inquire about the product, when they buy the product, when they are using the products, and even when they are done using the products. Does communication continue? Does that connection continue? So having good customer care is very, very important because it makes your customers to even come back and buy from you. So having a good customer base is very important. So if you're in here and you don't have a stable customer base of 20 to 30 regular customers, you need to revisit. You need to find out what you're doing wrong and have at least, you can have as many customers as you want, 500, 1,000, you're not limited, but at least have those customers that you're like, these are sure bets. Like if I call them right now and I tell them I am making a step and I need orders maybe worth 10,000, they will come through for me. Do you have those customers? Do you have customers that you're so, it's like they've become family to you? Sometimes they just buy products because they love you. Sometimes they just buy products because they want to support you. Do you have those customers? That is a rhetorical question. Answer it in your head. So if you don't have those customers, you need to reevaluate yourself. You need to look at your customer care skills. You also need to look at the number of customers that new customers that you add into your list every single day, because there's that ratio. Out of maybe 10 customers, maybe 1 or 2 will be consistent customers. So that means you need to talk to many customers every single day. So having a good customer base is very important, and it helps us in being consistent. The other thing is having accountability, of course. Have people who push you to your limits. Have people who remind you why you started. Yeah, if you've decided you want to do 4cc, sit down with your accountability partner, sit down with your mentor, sit down with your upline and tell them, upline, I have decided I want to do 4cc from this month consistently, and I want you to be accountable for me. You know, every single week, this is what I want to achieve. So when Sunday reaches, I give you permission to call me and ask me, where am I with my goal? You know, that accountability, that extra push. Some of us need that extra push, because if you don't get that extra push, you're likely to lag behind and just be comfortable. So get accountability, even if it is from your upline, not your friend though. Yeah, it has to be someone who's tough, someone who, you know, who gives you tough love and all that. All right. So accountability. First of all, we've talked about having I hope you guys have been writing, not just listening, because sometimes we cannot depend on our brains 100%. We are likely to forget. I hope you guys have been writing. So the first one is having a good customer base. The second one is having accountability of people that always, you know, you always remind each other that you need to go for 4cc, you need to hit a certain goal. And then the other thing is panicking early. Guess what? Kesho kutwa is mid-month. And then in 15 days, it will be May. January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, in 16 days, it will be May. Did you panic early for your goals? Are you waiting for Saturday so that you can say, now I am getting started, now I want to fight for my goal? No, you have to panic early. Immediately the month begins. Not even immediately the month begins. When the month ends, you need to set strategies. You need to figure out ways on how you're going to make the next month successful. Yeah? We've talked about retailing. Yeah? When the month is ending, maybe around 25, 26, 27, you need to think of ways you're going to get customers. You need to have your advertisement running. Those of us who are running advertisements online, you need to have places booked for your launches. Yeah. You need to have, what do you need to have? You need to have numbers of people, or you need to have people in line that you're working with to help them to go to assistant supervisor, so that when May comes, when May starts, you have people who are activating their numbers, who are buying combos, who are doing 1cc, 2cc, and all that. So prior planning is very important. Panicking early is very important, because if you don't panic early, when the month comes to an end and maybe you're at 2cc, you'll just tell yourself, it's already over, I'll start again tomorrow. And that I'll start again tomorrow, it's called this disease. There's a certain leader who mentioned it in the Kickstart 2023. What is it called? A certain disease that most of us have, or excluding myself, I don't have that disease. Somebody remind me on the chat box, this disease that most people have, excusitis. Yes, this disease. You just tell yourself, it is too late, I'll start again afresh. That disease is very dangerous, and it multiplies. Procrastination, you just tell yourself, oh no, I'll panic early in May. Okay, I'll panic this time round, for real, I'll panic in June. It's already the 6th month of the year. Half of the year is gone. So forgive yourself. If you've been procrastinating, if you've been carrying forward your goals, your activities since January, forgive yourself. It has happened. You cannot take back time. There's nothing you can do about it. Now, let's do something different in April, because April is still young, right? All right. The other thing that we can do to help us be consistent is dividing our 4cc, because we're talking about 4cc today. You can decide and divide your 4cc in 4 weeks. So that means every single week you need to do 1cc. So by the time the 4th week is coming, you're done with your 4cc. You'll not have to stretch to finish your 4cc. You'll not have to buy stock. You know, by the time the month is ending, you have so many products to sell, which pushes you behind the next month. All right. So you can decide and divide your goals into weeks. I mean, your 4cc into weeks. That means every week you need to do 1cc. Divide into days. Let me see. If we divide it into days, how many cc's will we do? Maybe the month, if you remove all the Sundays, maybe the month has around 26 days, right? So 4cc divided by 26. Every day you just need to do 0.15 cc's. In our products, today we are being practical, yeah? In our products, which product is 0.15? Let's see. If you can check, also help me check quickly so that we don't take much time. I can see royal jelly is around 0.13. That is close to 0.15. That is a product worth 4,154 Kenya shillings. So imagine every single day, if you just sell one product of 4,154 Kenya shillings, or let's say 5,000, every single day, just challenge yourself to sell products worth 5,000 Kenya shillings. At the end of the month, you'll be done with your 4cc with ease and abundance. All right. So yeah, as I almost come to an end, this is just a reminder that we are building teams, we are building businesses that can pay us 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now. And if you don't master how to do your 4cc, that will not be possible. If you don't master how to do your 4cc as a leader, it's going to be difficult for you to duplicate people to do 4cc in your team. You cannot duplicate what you don't know to do, because remember, it's a monkey see, monkey do business. You can tell your team members, oh, my upline Linda does 4cc, my upline manager does 4. They do not relate with your upline. They do not relate with your upline manager. They relate with you. So if they see you doing your 4cc, actually, if you don't have a reason to do 4cc in this business, just do it for your team. Just do it for your team, because your team will see that, and they will see that upline does it. If my upline can do it, then I can do it also. All right. And then the other thing is your self-talk becomes your reality. That's why we started the training with affirmations, affirming that we are 4cc active qualifiers, we are 4cc consistent active qualifiers, and also let's affirm that we are users of our products. Affirm that you are a user, you're a heavy user of our products, because what you affirm becomes into reality. All right. So as I come to an end, I'd like us to affirm on the chat box. Affirm on the chat box that you're a 4cc active qualifier. You are a retailing machine, because retailing will help you do your 4cc. Affirm that you're a recruiting machine. Yeah. Affirm that you're a heavy user of our products, because using the products, that will help you do your 4cc. Yes, affirm that 4cc knows you by your name, and affirm that you are a consistent 4cc active qualifier. And even affirm to yourself and tell yourself, you will be recognized wherever our East Africa rally will be. Tell yourself that I will be recognized as a 4cc consistent active qualifier, because words are powerful and your self-talk becomes your reality. So from me to you is congratulations for attending. I hope you've learned. I hope you've gotten some nuggets that can help you grow a stable 4cc business. And what I urge you to do is duplicate this same knowledge that you've gotten here to your team members. So yes, thank you so much, and have a lovely night. And yeah, Mr. Emmanuel, you can end the meeting for us.
Thank you, Charity. That was awesome. I believe after this, you're going to have more qualifiers, more 4cc qualifiers, especially starting with this April. So with that, we wish to close the session and wishing us all the very, very best as we chase our 4ccs. Remember, we normally recognize what we call the pace setters by the 15th. That means on Saturday, so by Monday, hopefully your name will be on the list. I will celebrate you for that achievement. Thank you so much. Have a good night and see you next time.